Sup buddy, another mighty workout here, home version of Arnold's gym workout. In the previous video we made a home workout based on Arnold Schwarzenegger's training. Now it's time to test it in practice. As always, starting with the warm-up. As you might have already noticed, I love using resistance bands in my warm-ups. The first reason is that they are incredibly cheap for the value they provide. The second reason is that once you injure your shoulders, you take your warm-up pretty seriously. Ever since I've created this strategy, my shoulders are not complaining. At the end, some wrist exercises, but I won't bother you with the explanation again. Just remember to take your wrists seriously, okay? Quick setup and we are ready to go. Starting with chest, push-ups. In the previous video, we decided to use books to elevate our hands and make the exercise more effective. In this version, we add some elevation to change the angle and make it even more difficult. Alright, now the same thing, but on the ground. Between us. I really like this exercise because the technique is simple and you have a few seconds to rethink your life choices. Anyways, I love the basic exercises. Quick tip, the whole point of the books is to allow us to go deeper in the first part of the movement. So don't cheat, okay? Go all the way down until you reach the floor with your chest. It's okay to slow down and focus on the technique. Remember, quality over quantity. Now the harder part. Chest flies, but chest flies at home. To be honest, I don't know if it's a brilliant idea or if it's just me being me. But it's worth a try. It's way harder than it looks, that's why I do it on my knees. Damn, how I miss those. But not today. Today we have to complete this challenge. We do inverted rows instead. The technique is already explained in the previous video, but to quickly summarize. You want to target different muscles, so we can use different grips. Wide, narrow, overhand, underhand, legs on the ground, legs elevated, or even freaking levitation, if you can do that, okay? We just want to have fun here and try different things. Here I'm doing a wide overhand with my legs on the ground. But all you need is a small change to make this exercise completely different. Here I add some elevation under my legs and change the grip to underhand. And place both my hands really close to each other. And that's it. Let's move on. Biceps curl. To be honest, not my favorite exercise. I tend to avoid free weights and prefer compound bodyweight movements. Not even because I think it's more effective, I just like doing them. The only problem is that it's really hard to find a bodyweight exercise that targets your biceps and requires no equipment at all. I mean, you can find a ton of weird bodyweight biceps exercises on the internet, but most of them are just not so effective, to say at least. I believe it's just easier to grab a heavy backpack. You know what? Biceps is probably the most popular muscle in the body. Look, if you ask a beginner what he wants, 9 out of 10 he will say he wants a big biceps. Maybe I will make a video about good and bad biceps exercises. Luckily, the next two exercises are much more fun. Diamond push-ups. An old school exercise. The closer you put your hands, the harder it gets. I actually still remember how I first saw this exercise performed by this guy. It made a big impression on me as a young kid, I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite a while since the last time I did them though. I can recall how I used to do them with my buddies at school, to see who can do the most reps. You know, just for fun. We really liked this little sense of competition. Of course, back in the days, I always won, obviously. But now I can still feel the impact of my hospital experience on my body. It's time to raise the bar a bit. Tiger push-ups. They put even more pressure on your triceps. The one problem with no equipment version is that you have your range of motion limited. Nonetheless, try to push with both arms at the same time. If you lift one arm first and then the other after that, there is really no point in doing this exercise. You just won't hit your triceps. I think we can do something about this range of motion. I usually use my ladder, but I believe some books will work too. You know what? I think we can just do it like this. Okay, much better. Increased range of motion makes it much harder. And you can actually go much higher with your hand placement. Back to using my backpack. We are doing shoulders this time. It's funny, I got this backpack when I was in high school and I have a somewhat deep connection with it. I used it for years at school, often took it with me on my hikes to the mountains. It was with me during my trips to Greece, Austria and Montenegro. In Vienna, me and my friend were sleeping in some park and it was actually my pillow. It's hard to say we were sleeping because we were fighting with rats the whole night, but I don't mind. Vienna is actually really beautiful when you look past the rats. Alright, enough of these sentiments. Pike push-ups. Books increase the difficulty. Awesome exercise with a vast number of progressions. As long as you control the position of your elbows, you'll be fine. In the meantime, you can take a closer look at my beloved backpack. Next up, we are hitting the legs with some classic squats. No fancy equipment needed here, just your body weight. Make sure to keep your back straight and lower yourself as far down as you can. Feel free to try different progressions. This is a great exercise for building overall leg strength and endurance. In my case, I will do pistol squats with some weights, I mean my backpack. The Nordic curl is a killer hamstring exercise and I hate this one, to be honest. It requires a bit of setup, anchor your feet under something sturdy or have a partner hold them down for you. Then slowly lower your upper body forward, keeping your hips extended until you can no longer control the descent. Use your hands to push yourself back up to the starting position. This is a tough one. Damn, I'm glad it's over. Going right away to reverse Nordic curl. This exercise targets your quads and core. Kneel on the ground and keep your body straight from your knees to your shoulders and lean back as far as you can while keeping your core engaged. Hold for a moment and return to the starting position. And come to think of that, I look like I'm praying for my life. Okay, in all seriousness, it's a challenging move, but it's fantastic for building lower body strength. Just try not to fall like me, okay? Now some glute bridges. Find some stable surface like a chair or a couch to rest your legs. Keep your upper body on the ground and thrust your hips up while squeezing your glutes at the top. Hold for a second and lower back down. There is no need to hurry. It's an easy exercise, so you can do it slowly. Finally, some abs exercises. Leg raises for targeting your lower abs. Notice how I focus on each rep and how I do my best to squeeze my core. The thing about abs workout is that you can, and probably should, do every set till you reach muscle failure. And then some more, you see. Core muscles are quick to burn and quick to recover. My habit of long breaks between sets does not apply if I want to yoke those six packs. At the end of the set, you have some time to enjoy this sweet, sweet pain. Core exercises are real quick. Next exercise, hollow body hold. This one is not about reps, but about holding the position as long as you can. Here, basic mechanics come to play. The further you extend your arms, the bigger the leverage. That means your abs have to work harder to keep the right position. Furthermore, you can hold the weight on one or two ends of the leverage, your ankles and hands. If you are comfortable in this position, you can think about this type of variety. And the last exercise of the day, crunches, or bicycle crunches in my case. I remember how my father showed me this exercise years ago. He told me he used to do hundreds of them every single day for years, when he was a teenager, then in the military, and years after that, until, until his leg injury back in the 90s. Or at least that's what he says. Okay, I think that's enough. I can officially say that our bodyweight version of Arnold's workout is strongly approved. And that's how it is. First you hit a mighty workout, You rest, you sleep, and then you hit a Herculean one. That's how life works. I don't complain. I like it. I like to take a break in my routine to do some fun exercises. It's like meditation. The calmness afterwards is cool. Anyways, just some steps towards equilibrium, brother. Take care, buddy.